Hey guys, my name is Mr. Sento. Today we're going to be showing you the best settings to get the highest quality within Twitch on OBS Studio. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that OBS Studio is running in admin. What we want to do that is to make sure that the PC knows that OBS Studio during streaming is one of the priorities beside the gaming, of course. So what we're going to do here, we're going to right click on OBS Studio, we're going to go to properties, go to compatibility, and then we're going to run this program as an admin right there, right? Click apply, press OK, that's it. You don't have to keep right clicking run as admin. There's no need for that. Now the second thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure that OBS actually gets, this will be more applicable in terms of the 2 PC setup, so 2 PC stream. So what we're going to do is actually open up OBS Studio, right? Then right click. Let's have a look in Task Manager. What here's gonna actually allow us is to see in which folder OBS is running. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go type search graphic settings. There's gonna be a new window popping up here. You probably see some Battlefield, there's some Call of Duty, some Tarkov here, making sure that it's actually getting the highest amount of performance out of the GPU. What we're going to do is browse. I know exactly where OBS Studio is running from. So we're going to go to the local disk. Here, program 586, OBS Studio, this one, bin 64-bit, and there we have it, OBS 64. What this allows us is we can even do is if you do have 2 GPUs, you can even select which GPU you want OBS to be running on. What we're going to do here is we're going to set it to high performance. I would not recommend to do this on a single PC streaming setup, because that what's going to happen is it will take a lot of the GPU performance out of any of the games that you might be streaming. So this is more recommended on a 2 PC streaming setup. Right? So that's done. That is done. Let's open up OBS now. What we're going to do, so I've just enabled that because, you know, it just looks bad, you know. So yeah, we're just going to go to settings, nice and easy. In general, there is nothing to do, nothing to change in general. Stream, this is what is going to be the most important thing to do. Log in into Twitch, that is definitely recommended. So it allows you to get the stream chat and all bits and bobs like that straight away. You don't have to add the links manually within it. So here we're going to click is ignore streaming service setting recommendations right here. And what that is going to give us a little pop-up. Yes, we're going to say yes. And what that's going to do is it will allow you streaming over 6,000 kilobits per second. This is how it's going to allow you, giving you the max quality within Twitch. Now you might say, hey Sento, doesn't Twitch not allow you to do that? Yes, it does allow you to do it, but it does want everybody to do it, right? So they want everybody to stream above 6,000 kilobits a second, because that's going to be overusing their servers. So here, what actually the maximum is 8,000 kilobits. You don't have to be a partner for that. I'm affiliate for myself. Even before affiliate, I could still stream at a higher bit rate than 6,000. Okay, so we're going to click that, click apply. Now the next thing we're going to go is output, and this is where we're going to actually scale in. So my screen and where I'm actually streaming and recording and everything is a 1440p monitor, right? So we're going to rescale the output to 1080p. But the main thing we're going to do here is use the Nvidia Encoder, right? So you want to select the new, this is the best one. X264 will give you a cleaner stream. Okay, but there's a caveat here. You can really only do this one. So use the CPU instead of the GPU is if you're running a 2 PC setup, right? So you have a separate PC just to do the streaming encoding, which has a beefy CPU, right? So even a normal i7, I mean, the streaming laptop is running an i7 8th generation, so it's a little bit old. So I can't really run the encoder on an X264. It will just not do it. But on NVENC, definitely. So just to be safe, running on NVENC, rate control, constant bit rate, You could go lossless, that is doable as well. CBR is, I would say, the most common one. And here, this is where the bitrate you're going to change. This is really depending on your internet connection. Do a quick speed test before doing this. Make sure you're connected on a hard line on the router and see what your upload speed. Technically, I could go to 8,000, but what happens is when you go to exactly 8,000, at least on my streams, you would see that the bitrate, even if it's this constant bitrate, it does fluctuate quite a bit. You will see it. It will go from 6,000 to 8,500 to even 9,000 down to 6,000, even in using CBR, right? So here, my sweet spot is 7,900. I could go way higher if I wanted to, but Twitch doesn't really allow it that much. So here, 7,900 is perfect. Now we're going to go to keyframe intervals, leave it at to 0. Preset, we're going to set it to max quality. It does make a slight difference going from quality to max quality. I have tested in 2 streams lately. Profile high, look ahead. You could select look ahead. The only downside of look ahead is you also need to change the max B frame. So increase the B frame to 3 or 4, depending on your GPU. Cycle visual tuning on, GPU 0. That's basically selecting the order of which GPU you have. So if you have multiple GPU on your PC, you could select GPU 1. And that will run the second GPU, technically not the first. So 0 is the first. Now, the next thing we're going to go through is the audio. Change all the audio bit rates to 320. There is literally the maximum within Twitch. Do that with all the tracks. That's pretty straightforward. Now, sample rate is sometimes it does start at 44, but make sure you change that to 48. Then the video, my base canvas is 1440p. I don't want to actually rescale it here. I just want to rescale it in my output. The downscaler filter, Lanxos, is the best one. That is actually the one even recommended from Nvidia. And the common really FPS is 60, depending on your PC. And it's always nicer, and it's a nicer, cleaner, I would say, stream when you're watching a stream at 60. Now, the last thing we're going to do is go into advanced. Now, going to advanced, process priority, this will depend on certain factors. So there is no one rule for all, especially if you're streaming from 1 PC or 2 PC. Now, so what's going to happen here? Process priority, this is going to tell Windows how to run OBS, right? Which one is going to be prioritized, right? Is it going to be the game or is it going to be OBS? Now, if within the game you're running, I don't know, 200 FPS, but your screen monitor goes up to 144, so you still have quite a room there to do other things in the background. What you can do here is actually set the stream on higher priority. This will, what we'll do, it will impact your game performance 100%. It will definitely impact it. So you will see a slightly lower FPS depending on what your hardware is. And that will prioritize your streaming on a 1 PC setup. It will prioritize OBS over your games or anything else that is running in the background. Now, this is to avoid having a laggy stream, right? So this will help out. Now, the normal, when you actually get OBS, you set it as normal. It starts at normal. So you could go even above normal. Now, if, for example, your gaming is lagging, now you're losing your FPS like quite a lot. First recommendation, turn off the webcam. The webcam uses quite a lot your processing in the background. So it will use your GPU and your CPU running the webcam. So you could turn that off already. Now, the second thing is you could reduce the process priority below normal, right? So, but there's a chance that your stream might be laggy, right? So that's where it comes from. That's why I can't give you literally, this is what's going to happen for your stream. It's a bit of a trial and error on this one. But basically it's all about that process priority that you're going to get. Now, the last thing we're going to do here is color range full. It normally starts in partial, go to full. That would just give the nice boomy color range for your stream, right? So this is basically it. There's literally nothing else to change on this aspect. Now, process priority, I have it set as high. especially if you're running a 2 PC stream setup. So you're streaming computer, laptop, whatever you want to use. You could definitely use that as process priority high, because this is the only thing that that computer is doing is OBS. That's it. So that's it. Press apply. And there we have it. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.